You're listening to The Hang with Mike Manson Waters and Matt Spice Floyd.
What's up?
I think this intro's too long.
It is too long?
I'm just going to say it.
I thought we were going to add to it.
I was thinking about it. It's a little much.
You think it's a little too long, a little too much? You think so?
I mean, it's eating into our talk time at this point.
Wait, it's not over.
I know.
Preposterous.
Unbelievable.
Oh, now it fucked up my shit. See, all I had to do was hit this. And I already had my speech ready about how I've broken the record for fucking up the intro.
Well, here you go.
But I kept the record going. Because that took it off my screen when I played the other one.
Oh, no.
Oh, and I didn't notice.
Bump, bump,
Welcome to The Hang with Mike and Matt.
Hi, Mike.
Hello, Matt.
What a week.
Hey. A couple of old Jewish men. Oh,
I'm schwitzen.
Come hang.
Hey.
Was gifted the lowdown on the spelkus. Maybe that's our niche.
What's gefilte fish or whatever it's called? What is that?
Gefilte fish.
Yeah, that. What is that?
Lord knows. Some kind of probably salted fish that they put on a
salted and cured.
Salted and cured, possibly on a bagel. That's I don't know. I don't know about the
God, that sounds racist. Like, why did it have to be on a bagel? Everything have to be on a bagel?
Because that's what they eat. They lox and bagels. It's a big Jewish deal.
Lox is delicious.
Is lox a fish? Is it a fish too?
I think isn't that the salmon? Like a smoked salmon?
Smoked salmon is good.
I put smoked salmon on a bagel all the time. I put some cream cheese. You do a little I forget what else I put on there, but you do some stuff, and it's great.
Smoked salmon you buy a package of it, and it looks just like raw salmon.
Yeah.
It looks like a big bunch of raw, and you take it home, and if you're like me, you're kind of a bit trepidatious. You're like, all right, and you're like, oh my God.
It's great.
This is just the most delicious thing ever.
The messed up part when you buy smoked salmon in like the packages is you look at the price and you go, $9 for 4 ounces? What is this made of gold? Like, what is happening here? And then I'm trying to like...
It's wild caught by one guy with a fly reel in Alaska.
And then he smokes it? I don't even know how he...
smokes it.
And then he charges double? I don't know what's happening.
Cabin.
It's craziness.
Brings it to Florida in a wagon.
This is why we're going to be an award-winning podcast.
About smoked salmon.
Smoked salmon, lox, and gefilte fish.
I don't know what is gefilte fish.
I don't really know.
Does anybody know what gefilte fish is?
I feel like I saw it recently in a store aisle, but I was like, huh. And I just kind of took it in to go, oh, there it is. It's like seeing pig's feet. Like you hear about pig's feet or whatever, and then you see them in a store, you go, oh, it's actual pig's feet in jars. That's weird. And then you move on. I don't know
about you, but I go, oh.
Oh, yeah.
It's because all the flesh is like, it's like hanging off of it.
It's like walking into a coroner's office.
It really is. Like a Hannibal Lecter deal. You're just like, it's so fleshy.
It is.
And it looks raw. It just looks,
and everything's pickled, and it's like, oh no, it's great. It's pickled, and it's like, yeah, you're right. The flesh is dripping off, and if you were if anybody were to shake that jar, it would probably all just bubble around. Oh, now that's a bet right there.
You'd probably die.
Oh,
so it's just. I mean, it's just a foot.
What are we talking about? The pig's feet?
Pickled pig's feet. It's just a foot of a pig.
Right,
because that's the only part that there's. You
can't let anything go to waste.
You can get ham hocks. You can eat their thighs.
What are you gonna do with the feet? Pickle them, put them in a jar, sell them.
And then you gnaw on the.
I don't even know how you eat them.
Down to the hoof. Yeah. There's a little bit more meat down by the hoof. I gotta get. That's disgusting.
It's disgusting, but I guess it's no more disgusting in a chicken wing, right? Because a chicken wing, you do the same thing. You tear that flat apart, and you're like, oh, let me get in between the flat, and then you get that vein that gets stuck between your teeth, and you got to pull that out. So I mean, in all fairness, it's all pretty disgusting.
Yeah,
like meat eaters, and I know vegans.
At least chicken wings on the outside, they're fried deliciousness. Maybe if it was fried deep fried pickled pig's feet.
I'm sure
then
they have those too.
I could understand that a little bit better, but that's you just soft, fleshy. Pickled meat.
I always eat my pickled pig's feet with a fork and a knife, like a gentleman.
You don't stand outside the local market.
No, I need to sit down. I put a napkin, tuck a napkin in there, get nice and.
Guy brings it out, lifts the thing, and you're like, pickled pig's feet.
How old is this hoof?
Like a very tiny knife and fork because there's no meat on there. I think you're just sucking on it.
Yeah, it's one of those tiny forks they use for fancy appetizers at parties.
I kind of need a visual to go along.
Of pig's feet, like a.
Yeah, I need to. I know I can picture it perfectly in my mind how disgusting it is, but I want to see it.
I'm also. I don't want it to come across as any sort of
snooty.
No, not that. What's the other? Oh, racist. No, I don't. But I feel like as though in movies in life, pig's feet has been depicted more as an African American thing. I don't know why. It's like pork rinds.
Yes.
For some reason, it skews that direction. I couldn't tell you why. I have no clue.
I think it stems from what you were saying earlier. It's a socioeconomic thing, and
Well, I don't know. I was broke as a kid.
I'm talking about. Yeah, but that's tradition. Now you're talking tradition. I'm talking about it's tradition. This goes back years and years.
Oh, okay.
So when you're first starting out, if you're an African American farmer, you're using the feet.
Yeah.
The average farmer.
Nothing goes to waste.
Average farmer's like, throw them feet, in the trash. Or slop them to the hogs or whatever. They can be carnivores. But the black guy was saving the pig's feet for pickled pig's feet because he had hard times.
But why do they pickle them? I don't even
understand
understand
the only
that
thing you
part.
can do with them because it's dog shit meat.
And then when you pickle them, does it make the meat softer? Maybe is that what that does?
It disguises maybe, and it disguises the
the
bland taste of
the
feet,
awful taste of feet.
Feet meat. That's why you don't see feet meat. And you could get a feet meat burger.
If they called it feet meat, yeah, that would be the world's worst selling burger.
Feet meat.
Instead, they came out with fake meat, called it impossible, and everybody's like, "Oh, it's totally possible. Give me 3 of those."
We're wasting perfectly good feet meat. we could solve world hunger with feet meat. I guess that's what we feed our animals. Feet meat go right in the dog food deal.
Bro,
Lord, I don't even want to know what goes on at a dog food place.
My dogs eat well, and not from me. If it were up to me, my dogs would eat okay, right? But my dogs eat well, at least from what I gather. They eat that fresh pet stuff, which is like $7 a loaf, right? For a small little loaf, it's like $7. But I get it, because then, I get stung with all these dog food commercials, and the guy on the commercial was like, "Would you eat this?" And it had like the slop, right? And he's like, "Then why feed it to someone you love, right?" And I'm going, "Oh man, he really tugged at my heartstrings on that one. That makes total sense now. Now I get feeding your dogs well. I don't think I really understood it and put 2 and 2 together until like recently." Because I just figure, all right, puppy chow, Purina, whatever. I know it's not going to be the best, but I don't eat the best every day either, right? But I guess my point is I like to feed my dogs well now.
I don't think it matters. That's your point.
Really?
My dogs act like...
Do you feed your dogs terrible food?
I feed them the average, just average food. I'm not giving them rot gut food.
Would you give them pig's feet? If they like...
No, because they might choke on them. If they like pig food, they eat cow's knuckles. They'll eat anything.
Cow knuckle?
Dogs will eat anything. Dogs eat cat shit out of litter box. I'm not worried about feeding them well. They would eat, if there was a dead animal out there, first they'd eat through its asshole and get the organs, and then they'd roll on its dead carcass. Dogs are disgusting. I'm not worried about... I love my dogs, but they're gross as hell.
But you don't love them that much. You don't love them enough
I think the nutrients I think my dogs all live to pretty old. They all pretty healthy, and they live. They don't get cancer at like 10 or anything. Like 14 or 15, they start.
Yeah, but the argument to that is like, yeah, but they could be living longer. They could be feeling better. that you don't know how that. I don't know.
That's not a selling point.
Oh,
for
so
me,
you're
Matthew.
trying to? Yeah, you can.
No,
yeah,
I want them to have a nice, long, healthy life. I'm not trying to extend it to 20 years. Jesus God, I couldn't take it.
Oh.
What'd she say? No, what he's saying is you could, if you give them the right nutrition, perhaps you could expand their lives to that long. What do you say? Not much.
I think she's with you. She's on your side of like, hey. Yeah, she's like, they're gonna age out.
But that's because of the food.
That's because the dog shit food you guys are
they're
feeding
eating
them.
processed dog food, and in nature they might live to be 20. How do you know that?
You know people that have dogs
Yeah, but
She's fired up.
that feed them really good food and they live the same age as ours.
oh, that's a good point.
Well, I mean, that also has to do with some genetics. You probably you got some genetic freak dogs here too. Yeah, they're just.
No, she's saying she knows people who feed them the right kind of food, and they don't live any longer than ours. You saying ours are genetic freaks?
That's right. Yours are. You got the best of the litter that not only live longer, they can live longer and stronger on less.
They just live their average dog age,
I don't-
15, 16.
I do
That's
feel
how long
badly when I look at the dog food that, like my old dog, I was feeding him that, puppy chow stuff or whatever. The same thing every day.
Yep.
And it's like, that's got to get boring, right? Like, it's got to get boring.
I'll tell you how boring it is. If I put down a bowl of that, they would fight each other to get that bowl. They would go nuts for that bowl, my dogs.
That's true.
But I
So
don't
in
know,
other words-
but I don't know. Maybe if you see, maybe for like single dogs or see, there's a competition around here because there's 5 big dogs. So nobody can just like leave their bowl unguarded. They got to eat it right then.
They got to get it while they
They
can.
got to, and they're like, and then as soon as they stop, they're looking. Hey, anybody? They leave their bowl. So maybe that's a different thing because they got a pack of dogs.
Yeah. Well, either way,
But all my dogs, they always ate their slop I gave them.
I kind of feel
Just
bad.
pure. You give them the Purina, man. The average stuff.
Well, there goes my man card again this week. I like to feed my dogs fancy gourmet stuff.
He's cooking stuff for his dog.
One sirloin tip for you, one sirloin tip for me.
I mean, you're not supposed.
I have done that.
Yeah, you're not supposed to feed your dog table food, and some people are like, don't give him table food. It's like, my whole life they don't live off of table food, but if I've got an extra piece of meat, it's like, oh, you want the extra piece of meat?
Yeah, but you don't give them the good piece.
No.
Yeah, that's
You give
the
them the slop.
that's the rub, right? It's like, oh, this thing's full of gristle. Here, you eat that, and then but they're happy
They
to do
love it.
Yeah.
Or the bone. They want you on the. Oh my! They're so happy with the bone. They love it.
I got to add up these
Dog.
fresh pet bills. That's all I know. Maybe I got to go back to your school of thought. Here's a bag of food. Dump it out. Get after it.
I mean, I know vets who say that like Purina's got it down. There's not really any point in doing anything other than that. All this blue diamond stuff and stuff, it's like all nonsense.
Now that I could see is in the branding, right? I would agree with you there. Like it's like, oh, the blue diamond puppy chew. Like if you were to really look at the ingredients or like go to the processing plant, it's probably not much different. I don't know. Yeah. Oh, she's fired up.
Manson is best. Subscribe for 26 months. Thank you, Manson is best.
She just Kramered in here, fired up. Are you unzipped?
I'm not fired up. I'm just saying.
That's a new segment for Donna. It's entitled "I'm Not Fired Up." I'm just saying.
No, I just know, I know a few vets,
Yeah.
and they say, dogs need certain things, and they're like, Purina's got it down. They know what they need, and they live long, healthy lives. Our dogs love, just wet dog food. We give them both, dry and wet.
Okay.
And I used to go to a holistic vet. One of our dogs used to have skin problems. I'd go to a holistic vet and we'd be giving them the bone broth and making bone broth and making all this stuff, that they would say to do. None of it ever worked at all.
Okay, all right.
Never did anything for them.
She was in boiling these bones for weeks and weeks. That was a nightmare.
Boiling them and then freezing them and giving them as ice. As
Let me
cubes.
throw a scenario out there, right? Let's say you won the Powerball Okay? You got unlimited money, unlimited resources. You're not worried about nothing, right? Everything's cool. And you go to the store and you go pick out dog food. Now, keep in mind, you're good.
Yeah.
Right.
Which dog food are you going to get?
Well, I used to do that. I used to go to PetSmart and get my dog food, and I'd get those bags that were a lot of money and the wet food. I'd pick out all the best wet food and get that. And my dog that used to eat that died just of old age. The same age any of my other dogs have ever died.
Yeah, but it's about the quality of life while they're still going.
Here's the quality of life.
Had great lives.
Thank you for the food.
And I have just decided that I wasn't going to do that
But
anymore.
take out all the old dog. Take out all of it. Starting today, if you want Powerball today,
No, I
and you
wouldn't
had to
feed
go
them
to the
any
store to
different.
get the dog food, you're getting the Purina dog chow as opposed to like some sort of like Fresh Pet, something that's got like, something that's
Yeah,
fresh.
You don't even know what you're
not
talking
been,
about.
not been sitting on a shelf for 9 years.
Hey, they're
It's
dogs.
not always fresh. And listen, I used to,
That's
and
the not so fresh pet.
and the stuff I used to give, you pick stuff out
It's
that
expired.
has sweet potato. Oh, this has sweet potatoes, or this has this and this and this, all these different ingredients. And then I would read about it, or this was recalled, and this was recalled, and other people are saying, don't give your dog.
I mean, who doesn't have a few recalls?
I know, but they say don't give your dog this stuff that has potatoes in it because that is something they don't need in their diet, and it's not good for them. And I'm like, God. So that's what the wild, what was that? I forget what it was called.
I don't know. I love
Wild
the
Blue or something
Wild
like that.
Blue.
I have
and that's
never met an
expensive
advocate
one.
for dog shit food. This
No,
is the
I'm
weirdest
Not
thing.
dog shit food.
It's not
Hold on,
dog
all
shit
right.
food. I'm not
All right,
going
maybe I'm
old
not-
Roy.
All right, maybe I'm not saying that right. I've never met an advocate for somebody to be like, no, give them the stuff on the mid shelf. Even if I won the Powerball,
Because-
I'm not going top shelf.
Because I don't believe that it helps them any. I don't believe that it helps them.
That's a fucking racket.
My dogs have all
Dog health food is
all
a
my
racket.
dogs,
Come on.
all my cats. I mean, I've had a lot of animals.
Here's the best part:
And
is
none of them
I
have
don't
died.
disagree with you guys. I just know what I have to feed my dogs now because they're used to it.
Yeah. I mean, I used to feed mine the stuff you keep in the fridge. You got it in
Yes,
the loaf things.
and it just takes up room in my fridge.
Yeah, and I don't want dog food in my fridge anymore. And I'm done with that.
Give
But it
them the
didn't-
bag food.
It didn't, do anything more for them is all I'm saying. So I was like, you know what? I don't believe that I think it's a racket, and I don't believe that it helps. And all my dogs have died of old age. All my cats have died of old age, unless one of them ended up with, something happening to them. But they've, you've seen my cats out there. My cat's 20 years old. My
He's
other
purring
one
like
just,
crazy. He's purring. He's going, give me good food.
and talk about
Give
shitty.
me good food.
She eats
She gets-
ground. I cook ground turkey for her. Because
Well,
she
what
loves
makes
it.
her so lucky?
She's
all
old.
all the animals like going, well, how come she gets the ground turkey? I'm over here eating
Well-
the equivalent of a Svedka vodka.
She does eat cat food too, because if you don't, I learned that the hard way. When we first got our first cat, when we were very young, he wouldn't eat cat food, and so I cooked him ground turkey with like broccoli and all this stuff in it. I cooked him that for his whole life, and he ended up losing the use of his back legs because it didn't have the proper stuff that they need for cats need.
Your daughter's going to school to become a vet.
Yes.
All right. Let's say she gets through vet school and she goes, Mom, I got to tell you something. I've learned a lot here. This bag food isn't good. You gotta feed them fresh stuff. I don't know what anybody's telling you, but in my experience, this is your daughter telling
Yeah.
you this. And she starts going, I'm just telling you. I feel like you got to go with the fresh dog food and all that stuff, keep it in the fridge, the whole nine. Would you at that point listen if your daughter who just went to vet school told you that, or would you go, I don't care?
Maybe. Maybe.
I
Only
tell you
maybe
what you would do would be you would get from Amazon, you'd get the fresh what they call it, fresh pet or whatever, every day from Berlin.
Oh, she
'Cause
would send it
that's
to
just
me.
what she would do.
Yeah.
Because if
I've also-
like ever our animals need something and we're like late on the ball or whatever,
It mysteriously
it's
arrives.
there the next day.
Well, my cousin wanted to make. He has those Frenchies, and he wanted to make. He's making his dog's food himself. He's
Okay,
making it
yeah.
all. And he asked my brother-in-law, who's a vet, about it. And he's like, what else could I put in it? And he was the one, he was like, you could just stick to Purina because they know what dogs are supposed to eat, and they do great on it. And all my dogs have. They've lived to the ages that they're
He's a
supposed
paid
to
Purina
live
rep.
to.
Is who?
No, I
actually.
feel like
he's
it's the
not.
equivalent of like Monsanto. Like, yeah, it'll kill your weeds, but it's like, yeah, it kills your weeds and your yard looks nice, but like at what cost, right? Like, yeah, all right. I don't know.
I don't know. All I know is
mean,
that
if you
our
wanna
dogs
feed-
live to the average age of a dog.
Yeah, if
and
you want to feed
they're
your dog that
in
stuff,
good
I'm
health.
fine with it.
Yeah.
I don't care if dogs love rank food anyway.
Already
But
talked
I don't
about
give
that.
them rank food.
They
You
have
know, I
horse
don't give
poop.
them Old Roy. The cats
What's
now
Old
just,
Roy?
It's like a, I don't know, Walmart
Old
brand.
Roy?
Old Roy.
I've never heard of that.
If you go to the grocery store aisle,
That's the bottom shelf?
and there's
Yeah,
the bottom
Old
shelf. Like
Roy
for
is
cats back in the day, it was something Cozy Kitty with a K.
For dogs, I always thought it was Kibbles and Bits. I was like, that's the...
I don't think that's
No,
great
so
either.
there's
Is that
less than-
mid-shelf?
But there's
No,
less than
it's a
there's
little
less
below mid.
less than Kibbles and Bits. Old Roy.
Yeah, Old Roy.
And
I don't know what's in
I don't
that.
want to go to the Old Roy dog food factory. What are they making it out of?
And the main
Dude, they
thing,
named the product so terrible.
Old
Like
Roy.
you could have just...
What's in there? Old Roy.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Dead dogs. They're cannibalizing themselves.
and the main thing in them is, like the broth and the how many meat byproducts. Yours may not have meat byproducts, but it may just be further down on the list than Old Roy. That might be the.
I mean, dude,
I
dog
don't
food
know.
in general is
'Cause
is weird. If you open
Yeah.
up and you just pour it out, and it's like they're all perfect squares and triangles. It's like it would be like the equivalent of like a Lucky Charms for adults, right? Like
Yeah.
you pour it out and maybe the dog. It's like, oh, I get one of those today. Like
Or
you think of-
I think it's. I don't think there's any.
yeah, you're of the
discern-
mindset of they don't care.
Our dogs do. They just
they-
can't wait for me to set the bowl down. That's all they're.
They do
eat it
like
up crazy.
certain things. Like if you go to the fridge and you have some chicken that's like maybe
I give
iffy,
them.
so it's
Yeah.
like, oh, you're gonna get some good chicken. They're like, yeah, they love that
when
stuff.
when I cut up chicken, I cut out all the pieces, that I don't like and that I have to feed to the family. All the gristly parts
Yep,
and all
and
that.
you give that to the
I
animals.
cook it, and then I give the animals love it.
Well, except for that one cat that you feed fresh ground turkey every day.
Yeah. Now, talk about gross.
That you're fucking Gordon Ramsaying for.
Talk about gross food. I mean, cat food. That's got to be the grossest.
Your other animals have
Right.
got to hate that
They
cat.
do. Oh my God, it's
No,
the worst.
because
The jealousy
It's the
in
worst
this
Every time
whole-
I get the turkey out, they all come running, and I throw
And you go,
them all a
no,
piece. No,
this turkey's for you and you only.
We got the biggest one who's almost counter height. He's about 80 pounds. And he's food obsessed, and she's right here, and he's just like this the whole time. And so the whole time I'm sitting there, hey, buddy, chill out. He's just like,
He's
she's
just
eating
waiting.
this hamburger, and I want it so bad.
You will not get my hamburger. Perhaps if I don't eat a bite, perhaps I'll give it to you. But if you'll excuse me, I have to make fresh ground turkey for the other kitty cat. All right.
So anyway, I've had all my other cats, except for the first one we had. They've all eaten cat food, which is rank. Cat food's gross. But they've all lived.
Cat food really is
It's rank.
It is,
It's
gross.
rank.
What's up with that?
But
Why
they've
the
all
difference?
lived until till they old. They've
Almost
18,
20
19,
20 or older.
21. All my cats have lived, and that's about the
Mike's
life
going to the store and trying to
span
find
of a
them
cat.
the shittiest
Damn,
food
this is too long.
to move this
We don't give
process
them the
along.
shittiest.
2
but-
decades is a little much, right? Don't you think?
I don't give him the shittiest cat food, but
Ribs
it's
are
all
showing out
pretty
he's on a
shitty.
diet.
To me, it's like it's all gross. I don't know.
All right. Can I get to the brass
But
tacks of something? real
anyway,
quick?
I don't think dogs will live any longer on better.
That's
food.
fair. I don't know. All I know
I don't
is
know either.
I have to
That's
do what my
I-
family forces me to do.
Yeah,
So that's what I do.
That's fine. They, maybe it tastes better.
Maybe.
I
I mean,
don't know.
I-
I'm not trying it.
Me either. All right. Here's the question: are we going to win the award for the best podcast of the Bay? I mean, let's get down to the brass tacks of this thing. This is a
no-brainer.
this is a huge
I mean,
ordeal.
if it was real,
We would
you
win
know,
by a
you would
landslide.
win by a landslide.
But it's not probably real. I don't think anybody.
Are we
knows.
taking the Trump approach of like, if
It's
we don't
fixed.
win, it's fixed. If we do
Yes.
win, the election process is fair? Is
Well,
this
I
what
think
you're
we
telling
are.
me?
I think we are. I think that's the way to go.
I think that's the best approach. Tell me, though, that you wouldn't like. Look, even let's go back to the start of this thing. It's funny.
Yeah.
It's hilarious. It's kind of a joke, but kind of, I don't know. Like, it would be funny to win Best of the Bay. What's the website? I don't.
It's that Best of
Is
the
it-
Bay website.
Yeah.
Creative loafing deal.
Yeah, creative loafing.
Vote.cltampa.com. That's the website.
Say it again.
Vote.cltampa.com. Now, I did not vote yet today. I have obviously voted. I mean, come on, right? Like, but I think it's, I think it's funny. I think it would be hilarious if we won. I'm not hinging my career on it or anything like that.
We're fans of ribs. That's a good rib.
This
it'd
would
be
be
such a good rib.
It's the best rib. It's the best.
But I would venture to say that other people are stuffing the ballot box a lot.
Way more.
A lot more.
I mean, they're just. That's all. That's what it is. They got people just. Every day you can vote, and they get whoever.
Have you voted every day?
I don't even know how to vote.
All right. Let me tell you something else that will blow your mind. Did you know that you all are in another category?
No.
Cluster F.
Yes.
Somebody nominated us.
What category?
You guys really don't know.
No.
Biggest assholes in Tampa Bay. Yes, babe. Finally.
This is what I love about this is the fact that the Hang with Mike and Matt is up for best podcast, right? And you can vote for that. And you posted this.
Yes, I did.
On your Facebook.
Yes, I did.
As did I, which I appreciate anybody that goes and does this. And then yesterday, I'm scrolling through and going, what else is even on the list? Like in all the other categories, right?
And everything. Yeah.
And I'm going,
a bunch of categories.
oh, okay. And I'm click. And then I come across this one category and I go, huh? I stop and I go, oh shit. And I go, I wonder if they even know.
Okay, I'm trying to think what other category we could be in.
I think the biggest assholes on
It's
the
probably
radio.
something that gets a big. Somebody nominated us for a rib. Something really stupid.
I don't know if I
Really
want to know.
stupid.
So you didn't even know you're up for the Cluster F show is up for an award for
No.
the
What are
best
we?
of the
I
Day.
was what it
Donna,
is.
Donna, this drives Donna nuts because she doesn't know what it is.
It is under the entertainment category.
Oh, good. We got that.
Best morning TV show.
We are a TV show.
Bay News 9, Bloom, Cluster F show, Daytime, Good Day Tampa Bay, Good Morning Tampa Bay, Great Day Live Spectrum, The Gospel Voice, and The Morning Blend.
Oh,
You're right there in the mix.
I think we got
I
a
think
better
we're
chance
better
of
than
winning. I
all
think
of
we
them.
got a better chance of winning that.
Hey, don't fucking... No,
There's no
Because
competition.
it's more obscure.
Nobody wants.
don't do this. I knew I shouldn't have told you. You're going to completely negate the Best Podcast Award and focus all your energy on the Cluster F Best Morning Show Award.
You guys
and
get on
completely-
that now.
And completely disregard the Best Podcast of the Bay. And leave me with my fucking cheese in the wind.
Well, I mean,
While
that
you
would-
guys take home an
that
award
would
for the
be
best
pretty
morning.
awesome if we won that.
Oh, would it?
Best
the fact
television
that you
show.
didn't even
Best
fucking know you
morning.
were up for the award till just now?
Hey, best morning television show.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Hey,
have to
it's
create an
Mike.
account.
It's Mike and Donna here with the best morning television show.
That's right.
I turned your mic. I cut your mic off already.
And-
It's the Mike and Donna.
who are you, sir?
My name's Matt. I have a podcast with Mike as well. It's called The Hang.
All right. So anyway, back to Mike.
Anyways,
Oh, that's funny. So yeah, somebody, one of our good listeners must have nominated.
Thank
They
you.
didn't tell us. Why would?
I know.
Wouldn't you
Well-
tell us so we could promote it? We'll promote the fuck out of it, and the Hang as well.
Why did-
Yeah,
hold on.
And the Hang as well. But mainly we're
And what
gonna.
was your name?
my name is Matt. I have a podcast with a gentleman named Mike. It's called The Hang.
Okay. Anyway,
Back to me.
back to Mike.
I like the fact that it's all these TV stations, right? And then it's just Cluster F show.
That's so awesome.
So great.
That's so awesome.
Not only did somebody nominate you, I mean, multiple people nominated you because you're in the top 10. Like, you're a finalist. The Cluster F show is a finalist.
Oh, that's great.
Finalist.
And other people, all the people that have those shows are all going, what the fuck is this?
But enough
What
about
is
that.
this?
Let's talk about the best podcast, The Hang.
Well, first, AJ the Lingerer cheered 1,000 bits for the best
Hey!
morning television show.
Thank you, AJ.
Cluster F show, the best morning television show in Tampa Bay.
We thought the best rib would be to win the best podcast. The better rib is for you all to win the best morning show. Like, and I admit that. That's a better rib to beat out like ABC.
It takes a big man to admit that.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. Like, that's hilarious.
Plus, you'll be my +1.
Oh, thanks. No, I won't. No, I won't. You'll tell me that, and then I'll get to the guy. I'm with him. I don't know him.
Oh, really burn you. You're not on the list. Is there anything worse than not being on the list?
Oh, when you get up to the list and you think you're on the list.
But you're supposed to be on the list.
Yeah, you
You're
really
like,
are supposed to be.
And you're not on the list, and you're like,
I think that happened to you in New York.
For which one?
For the Stern thing.
I'm sure it did.
We went to.
It's happened
Remember,
to me.
you couldn't get in. It was
the
like
film awards?
Every jobber and his
jobber
brother.
that came.
Fucking you
that
got
was
midgets
there,
and
was in there.
You got mongoloid black guys. You got stinky Eric.
Beetlejuice is walking right through.
Beetlejuice. And I'm like,
Who, me?
I'm on, Howard 101, the Bubble Up Fun Show. It's, we're kicking ass. And,
Oh, we can't find you on the list. He's like, he was
great.
so mad. He was so mad.
That's
It
hilarious.
was like, fuck.
So how are we we got to activate people because look, whether it's best podcast or best TV morning show, I don't give a.
Well,
It's
if you
hilarious.
if
And
you
you
go
can vote for
long
both.
do you-
I mean,
how
if
long
you're
do you
going to
have to-
vote,
yeah, just vote
you're
for
already
both.
there. You're on the page. You can vote for both.
How long do you have to vote? When's the voting?
I
To
don't
the
even
end of the
know.
month.
Till the
The
end of August.
That's a long
Okay,
time.
that's a long ass time.
I mean, it's already the 7th or the 8th or something.
You just have to pimp it nonstop.
Yes, but please, when you're pimping, for God's sake, don't just pimp out your best morning show, TV show.
I'm not gonna.
Best morning
gonna-
TV show, Cluster F show.
It's
Who
a
else is
boga.
in
Right
there?
in between Bloom and Daytime Channel 8.
Oh,
Bloom,
you know what Bloom?
whoever.
Do you know what Bloom is?
That's the one with Gail
Gail
Guardo.
Guardo, where people pay to be on there.
Oh.
That's all it is. People pay, and she talks to them for like 15 minutes about their product, and they pretend like it's an interview, like they're informing people.
Tell me about this skincare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crepey on the neck, a little crepey. I've got this little lotion. Take your crepe away.
Is this something to keep my cheeks from exploding? They're about to burst, man. They're about to burst.
Gail Guardo definitely looks different.
What are you talking
Than
shit
she
about your
used to.
competition? I tell you 5 minutes ago, you guys are up for the best morning TV show. Now you're all of a sudden blasting the comp. You're going all in. Yeah. You're like, fuck Bloom.
Jobbers on Channel 8.
I've
What's
seen her
Bay
on
News
Facebook.
9?
I'm like, man, look at this. This is Gail Guardo. Remember, she used to be a news girl. Now she's like, she's gonna look like a freak by the time she's.
Hey, easy.
50,
What if you have to see her at this award ceremony, and she's like, "Hey, you short stuff. You talking shit about me?
How old do you
Oh well.
Oh, don't do this to your competition.
How old do you think Gail Guardo is?
She's probably
Here it is. Gail Guardo.
I'm going
45?
No,
She's
no.
older, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm going 56.
Oh, see, I just haven't seen her for so long until I started seeing her recently on Facebook.
I mean, a good looking. I mean, if she's 56, she looks fantastic. If she's 39, not so much.
Yeah,
but
I don't
she's
think
not.
she's 39.
You're not giving me a
She's concealed her age.
Jesus God Almighty. Oh, age. Everybody. That's the first thing that comes up. Everybody watching over age.
I mean, I think she's a smoke show. Look, I mean, if I'm voting,
57.
there you go.
57.
57. I guess I hadn't seen her for a while.
Well, that's because you're too busy producing your own best morning TV
That's
show.
right. And don't you forget it.
That's great. The fact that I had to tell you guys.
How much do you think it is to be on Bloom?
I have no idea.
We should
Maybe I should call that. See,
Do a segment.
we could all do a segment.
I was thinking that we could do one for the hang, but actually, babe, I was thinking it'd
This
be
is a son
ironic.
of a bitch.
I think it'd be very ironic for the #1 morning TV show, Cluster F, to appear on the bloom and stuff it in her face.
Hi, Gail. I'm just here to stuff it in your face.
How much plastic surgery?
We booked a
have you
segment to stuff it in your
If
face.
you move those cheeks, I'm going to stuff this right in your face.
Well, you guys can vote for yourselves now. Now that you know that you're a contender, you're welcome. Best morning TV show, and then of course best podcast. Now, keep in mind, I looked at our competition for this best of the best. Not all of the competition. I don't know who. Like, I think 7 of the other ones are.
Yes.
Truthfully,
Yes.
But I did look up one of them, and I was like, "It's hold on." I don't because I got no hate. There's no hate here or anything like that. Like, don't get me wrong. But there's
Why not?
But you suck.
what?
No offense, but you for a piece of shit.
No, okay. So the ones for vote.cltampa.com, the entertainment category for best podcast. There's Cigar City Radio, which I'd imagine is about cigars. Happy Hour Holidays. I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
Kava Spills podcast. Necessary Pursuit. Nexmismia TTV.
What?
Operation Pigmentation, RBLR Sports, Tampa Bay Nightlife, The Hang
heard of
with
any.
Mike and Matt, the Jeff Macalino podcast, and the Moss Gelton Show. Now, the one I listened to, I was like, what's Kava Spills about?
Sounds like it's about kava, drinking kava.
Now, you're exactly right.
Yeah.
So I clicked on it, and I clicked on the latest episode. I'm like, you got to, look, man, you got to know the competition, right? I mean,
You got to.
clicked on it, and it's this brother, and he's just hanging out on a couch, right? He's in the middle, and he's got these 2 white babes on either side of him. And I'm like, but here's the best part, is they are relaxed. They're on a couch. They got their feet up, not a care in the world. And I'm going, what is this about? So I click play, and it starts off with the girls like talking about somebody's going to jail, but she can't talk about who. And then the other girl's like, yeah, karma's a bitch. And then all of a sudden the guy jumps in and he's like, man, I know so much about kava. And I'm going, so it is about kava. I don't know anything about kava. I'll tell you what, though.
It's not worth knowing about. I know something about kava.
I know nothing about kava, but apparently this guy does. So if you are into kava, he seemed to have some pretty good knowledge on it. That's all I know about the competition.
He sucks. Don't vote for this guy. Kava Spills.
I mean, no, that's not fair. If you like kava, this would be right up your alley.
No, that's a loser mentality.
What is
I've
that?
never had kava, so I don't know. I
I've
have
had
no
that
idea.
my entire life. I had that. Let's be fair. Let's be a good. No, these all suck. Every one of these podcasts sucks ass. Vote for
Why
the
would
hang.
you say that?
What is kava?
It's this drink that's made out of some kind of deal, and it's supposed to be good for you and kind of mellow.
He knows nothing about kava.
You mellow.
you
It's
know
this
everything
thing, and
about
it's
it.
made
You
out
go
of
to
this
a bar,
deal.
it's supposed to mellow. It doesn't really have like psychedelic effects or anything, but it mellows you out. And you get a bunch of turds sitting around a bar being mellow, and it's bullshit. It's total bullshit.
Well, if you need us, we'll be drinking Svedka. Yeah, I don't know what.
We got an ice bucket, buddy.
He
We got
seemed
an
to know
ice
a
bucket.
lot about it. That's all I know. I
What
don't
do
know.
you say about it?
I tuned out after about 15 minutes, in all fairness, just because I had other stuff to do. But I mean, I guess if you're into kava, that's
I'll pick one of them and try to listen to one of them.
well. And then there's another one, and I only got hit with this one because literally he must be have sponsored ads hitting me on Facebook.
Yeah.
And it's the Mosh Gelton, which I don't know anything about.
He's a hustler. That's what he is.
He seems like
he really a go-getter.
seems like it.
Go-getter.
But I don't know.
He keeps calling Kalta out. I've seen that on Facebook. And he keeps trying to get whoever he can to, in radio, to have him on his show. He says he's the best morning radio guy in Tampa. And he would, if Cowhead would add him to his show, or anybody would add him to his show, he would bring 100% more listeners than they have. And he seems to be a go-getter, but
I don't know where it's getting him.
I mean, I respect the hustle. Don't get me wrong. I just don't know.
I just
I
don't think
don't-
he's right.
Yeah.
But
Not
he
necessarily.
he was on a show where Calta was on, and the guy was interviewing Mosh Jelton, and they were arguing back and forth, him and Calta, and he was saying, you know, just calling Cowhead out on, you know, that you're just afraid to have me on because you know I'm better than you and all this stuff. Cowhead just dismissed him the whole time, you know, just like whatever. Buddy.
Allegedly, he's in a Florida Hall of Fame battle rapper. That's what it says.
But he's I'm pretty
did you
sure
Google
he's
him?
Yeah, I've
you
heard
give him a goog?
Yeah, he's.
Well, I had to. My call me a dummy, but my brain started playing tricks on me because I'm like, Mosh. Did he spell it wrong? Like, am I reading it wrong? Like,
maybe his name's Josh Melton.
Yes,
and then I'm like,
Melton,
okay, that's the gig. All right, that's the gimmick. I'm cool with that. Like,
Schmim Muffrey.
right, Schmish, but fine, I get it. But then, I got hit with a sponsored ad from him going, oh man, he's really taking these awards seriously. Like, I would love to win. Like, but it's kind of a rib. Right?
He won it last year.
That's what I saw.
And Cowhead just said, well, obviously you've stuffed the ballot box with everybody you know, and, you know, clearly
But isn't that what you're supposed to do? Yeah. I mean, you are supposed to have everybody
That's what everybody
you know,
does, yeah.
vote.
I mean, that's what the way it is.
Unless you guys are up for Best Morning TV Show and you don't even know it. That's how big time you guys are.
That's right.
See?
So, yeah, I don't know what. I've never listened to his show, actually. But I know that he's always hustling. He's out doing stuff all the time.
Good for him.
He's posting stuff all the time. I don't know what it's getting him, but he seems to be posting stuff a lot.
Well, those are the two people that I am aware of the list. But if you're into kava, listen to that Kava Spills thing. I mean, the guy seems to be some sort of kava genius. It made me want to go try kava, but I'm going.
No.
Have you tried it?
No, I saw like, you know, a guy who opened a bar and they were doing a story about him that showed old people drinking kava, and I was like, man, that does not look like a good time. That looks so dull.
So everybody's just so chill and so relaxed. Hey,
and
turn that music down.
Drinking your kava.
This ain't a nightclub. We're in here trying to drink my kava.
Yeah, spill my kava. It's a bunch of bullshit. Don't do it.
What kind of kava you got on tap? Is it on tap?
I think no. It's
not like a.
It's like a brew. It's a concoction.
Like a tea.
Tea-ish. It's tea-ish. Serve it in a clamshell. I don't know about that.
You could have had me forever, and I would have known the difference. You could be like, this clamshell.
He would have went home.
I gotta learn how to do that.
He would have went home telling people, oh no, they serve it in a clamshell.
Clamshell. You gotta have a clamshell.
BYOC.
I would have then reached out to the Kava Spills guy and be like, sir, where is your clamshells? And why aren't you using a bigger shell? Yeah, so I don't know. It'd be funny though if we
Hall of Fame battle rapper and FM veteran. I don't know what that means.
FM veteran.
Foreign FM radio or foreign?
Yeah. No, I would imagine
former Marine.
Oh.
He said that he was on. He used to he would go on different people's shows, and that Cowhead blackballed him from everywhere for some reason, and I don't know, all this kind of stuff.
I don't know.
Blobbity blob. Let's see how it pops. Let's see how many subscribers he's got on here. I
love it. I like his logo.
He's got 75 subscribers. 75.
Okay. Well, maybe that's just on one of.
That's just a side gig.
That's just one of his platforms.
Oh wait, we got the best of Mosh Jelton battle raps.
Don't call him Josh.
I know. I dead named him. Want to hear some of his battle raps? I mean, you can't go wrong listening to Mosh Jelton.
See, here you go talking shit about the competition. I'm not trying to do that.
I'm not. I'm gonna put him over. Here we go.
The opposite of a salad biter, and you suck so much dick that your mouth is wider. He knows how to balance tires, fucking lousy driver, mountain climber, fucking crouching tiger, and Red Bull gives him wings, but their house on fire. I'm sick.
Is that
rapping? Didn't get quite the.
I mean, in all fairness, I wouldn't want to battle him. I'd get roasted by that guy in a rap battle. I don't know how to battle rap.
You got to prepare. You got to prepare. This isn't. They're not coming up with this off the top of their head.
These aren't off the.
That's
off
what
the
they
cuff.
say, but they're not. You ever watch Whose Line Is It Anyway?
No.
Okay, I didn't either, but I've seen clips of it, and it's the fakest shit ever. They they read a card, and then all of a sudden they got this whole comedy skit about the card they just read, and it's like
Improv.
Everybody, and they do it every night. Once a week they do it for an hour, and they nailed every. It's like it's just a fake deal, like a hypnotist.
All right, let's hear some more.
Let's hear some more battle rap from
Bigger than
Marshall.
vomit spawn, I tell myself to stop, but do not respond and keep stabbing you. My inner monologue replaced with a Sarah McLachlan song. I'm unbalanced and in denial. Your life will go down and it'll spiral. A little side note, you look like Michael in the middle of vitiligo. Thanks for all the support. Let's go. I'm feeling very welcome from it. I know you wanted to, but it wouldn't have been appropriate for you to carry
in the
Moss
Wawa
Gentleman's
parking lots.
luggage. I mean, what this dude would do if he could do what he wanted to do to another dude's belly button. I can't believe that I'm the first person that...
What'd you say?
I thought rapping was like,
he's just like hating. He's just like, right, Donna's beatboxing again.
Donna,
Beatboxing.
give me a beat. Roses are red and violets are blue.
I didn't know it was. I thought you had to be a little bit.
We're gonna be Bloom
singing
TV.
I don't know.
He's not really. Yeah, he's.
Is that rapping?
Well, my issue
know,
is
I don't know.
I don't know this. I don't have no issue with him at all, right? Like
I don't know.
I have an issue with the people in the background. I think, like I don't know who that. Like, how do you just like come up upon that?
Right? Are they following him around?
I think that's his
everywhere he goes,
entourage.
or
I
what?
think that's his entourage.
Well, because they're all like oh,
Yeah, that's why.
like, do they get
I think he
involved in
pays.
the
I think he
battle?
pays him. Like a pay. See if you go. That's just you get a paid entourage, and you say, "All right, no, here I go. Put me over."
Here I
and
go.
And all these got to, ooh.
Check the comments. Is there anybody in our comments on the show?
our comments.
show
Oh yeah, we don't check the comments.
No,
on
what are you
Somebody's-
talking about? Traps of Crab in 64 months. Thank you, Traps of Crab.
Maybe.
I mean, we're
someone-
just hanging.
What am I? What am I?
Just see if it makes sure that someone isn't like I know him and he's what something. I don't know. Check the comments. Look at the comments. Something you don't usually do.
Okay.
You think Gail Guardo's checking the comments?
No. Well, they might be now.
I'm not getting no comment. There's no comments. Sorry,
Okay,
babe.
well, I'm just checking, making sure there's not someone that would tell us a little bit about what's going on with him.
I don't know
But
anything
I'm
about.
done with it.
Well, I don't know anything about the other shows. I mean, Tampa Bay Nightlife TV, I could imagine what that's about, but I don't know the Jeff Macalino. I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, so in other words, if we win, cool. If we don't win, it's even funnier.
It's funny either way.
Like if we lost to like Necessary Pursuit or I don't know, or the guy that talks about Kava. Like that's funny to me.
It would be best if we both just won.
I mean, that would be funny
the
too.
best.
That would be.
We'll take over that banquet award ceremony.
This gala is ours.
But they got they have an award ceremony. But it's a big deal. It's a big deal. The red carpet and everything.
Oh man, not a red carpet.
Show up. I'm gonna buy tickets and show up on the red carpet.
What are you gonna wear?
Pretend. I'll go to Mr. Man and have him deck me out.
Man.
Is that still a thing?
I don't think no.
What's the one in the?
Bring me
That
your
was at
finest
the-
wide
that
leg
was at
suit.
the University Square
The
Mall.
That's where I got that one. I wore it to Bubba's wedding. Is that where I got it? Was that Mr.
Maybe,
Man?
Yeah.
Dude, I had to
They
go to
did
that
some
mall.
pretty good stuff.
Oh,
there.
yeah.
2 weeks ago. I
2
had to
weeks
go
ago,
there.
What do they have there still?
I didn't even know it existed.
Oh.
I was like,
It
wait,
used
you
to be
guys
a-
are located inside there? And they're like, yes. I'm going, that, like, and I'm putting it in my GPS and going, University Square Mall. Like, sure as shit, I pull up on. I'm going, it does exist. Yeah. I mean, now
It's a
keep
giant
in mind,
spirit Halloween store now. The world's biggest spirit Halloween.
I mean,
Worst.
it used to have everything. It used to be a good mall.
Yeah,
that,
it was a great
and then
mall.
it became nothing.
now it's like,
Had
okay,
Sears and
Burlington,
Dillard's.
right?
Yeah.
yeah.
Which I love Burlington.
Yeah.
No problem with that. And then, of course, a jewelry store, and then 3 empty slots, and then another jewelry store, and then 4 empty slots, and then a nail salon, and then 4 empty slots, then another jewelry store. But all the
Wow.
jewelry stores,
Why so
I
many
noticed they all
jewelry
had
stores?
like their gates down. So it's like if you even wanted to go in the jewelry store, you gotta like be qualified. Like
It's because it's
open.
in the...
Dang!
Get,
It's in a very nice part of town.
It's right by USF.
It's pretty close to where I forgot his name. Coolio Fulio.
Julio
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 Fulio
was
got
killed about a few miles from there.
Yeah. But it is weird though to walk into a mall like that because there are some malls that have gone, less stores, right? It's empty.
But it's like International Mall or West Shore. They were all like that kind of mall.
Yeah, exactly. But then you walk in there, it's really freaky to see all the empty stores. Like you could have just a run of the place.
And it used to be the mall.
It did. You're right.
It did.
Yeah. When I was a kid.
Yeah. I mean, that's the only mall we ever went to.
The times there are
Not so
changing.
much.
They
No
are
more
a
malls.
changing, and
No
now
more malls.
not only the new malls, there's the only malls that they build now seem to be outdoor malls.
Outdoors, and who the fuck wants that in Florida?
In Florida, right? The other day, it's pouring out, and we were going to go to the mall, but it's outdoors, and we're going, well, that's on the outs because
Yeah.
you got to do that. And then the other thing that's pissing me off is all these plazas that get built now. You can tell what store is going to go in the plaza before the plaza's even done. You go, Chipotle's going to be there.
Yeah.
Jersey Jim Subs is going to be there.
Right. Jimmy John's.
Yeah, Jimmy John's. A Moe's Southwest is going to be there. Like, they're all the same shit. And if you look at the plazas, like, they're literally cookie cutter.
Yeah.
And then you go, okay, and then they have their anchor store with a Michael's Arts and Crafts or a Burlington or a Home Goods or a TJ Maxx or a Marshall's.
That's what they're
America,
building.
USA.
It's crazy.
USA.
That's what they're building up there at Collier and 54, where the Publix used to be. Where the Flying Squirrel is.
A what? A Burlington?
That big. No, they're building a
Michael's,
It's going to
right?
be a Michael's and a Sprouts.
What's a Sprouts? A health food
like-
store?
Grocery store, yeah.
Mike, is that many people doing crafts?
I know.
Really?
I mean, I do like to crochet from time to time.
Who's crafting?
Well,
A lot of
that's
people
what we
craft.
get.
Do a lot of people craft?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people.
Craft.
Dude, my friend, his wife has a whole fucking room dedicated to scrapbooking.
She sheds. That's what they use their she sheds for. It's all this crafting.
I don't understand. How many scrapbooks can you make?
I don't understand any of it. I've never even seen a scrapbook. I don't know what that means, but she's got a whole room for her scrapbooking, and I have no clue.
I didn't know people printed pictures out still.
Well,
Yeah.
I think what they print, and then if I'm not mistaken of what scrapbooking is, and then they have stickers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they
You can
put
do
stickers around it.
backgrounds and different background
stickers.
colors and different themes.
And then
travel
you never
and-
open those scrapbooks again.
No.
right?
No, you never, ever.
They just kind of get tucked away, and you just, yeah.
And eventually you quit scrapbooking and find some different use for your scrapbook room.
Scrapbooking and homesteading's big now too. I've noticed.
Maybe we should do a scrapbooking podcast. See, we need a niche.
And drink
niche.
kava at the same time.
Home, would you say homesteading?
Homesteading.
That's where what, you canning and stuff like that? Or
What's canning?
you don't know what canning is? Like where
I mean,
you
I have an
can
idea, but-
beans or pickles or, whatever.
It's kind of like,
Corn.
yeah, you're like
make
being,
your own-
yeah, like all self-sustaining Susie Homemaker kind of
Prepper.
thing.
Is that what
Prepper deal.
homesteading is or no?
Homesteading's not prepper.
You're just doing it to do it, to get back to the roots of how we used to do things,
Yeah,
the
it's like,
natural
hey,
way.
It's not
I've
really
got
a prepper.
chickens,
I mean,
and they have eggs,
And you
and
grow your own food, and you can your own food, and
Yeah,
you do
my
all that,
cousins
all that
used
jazz.
to do that. I used to watch my aunt do it.
That's how
all the time.
everybody
They
used to
grew
live.
corn and beans, and we used to go help pick beans in their garden. And
but I didn't think they called it homesteading, right? It was just like, hey,
They're
we're
canning.
That's
living
the way
off
they
the
live.
land.
Yeah.
we're just canning.
Now
our
it's got
own
a
food.
fancy term.
More people up north do it than they do down here. A lot of people up north do it. Still,
How are we going to win this podcast?
yeah.
That's the more important question here.
Well, we'll just have to promote it more. Maybe can
depends
you
on
put
how
it? Can you
much-
put something on? You can put it on your Facebook page, right? You can say,
Yeah.
everybody go vote.
Yeah,
every
which
day.
you did, I did.
you? Okay, yeah.
I mean,
I'm gonna message Lynn Carr and ask him to see how much he's willing, how many page ads he's willing to take out for our show. There'd be the 7 full page ads, and then they have to give it to you
and we'll rename it the Lynn Carr
the
Podcast.
Lynn Carr podcast.
Great branding opportunity for a business out there if you're interested.
He'll go in and you can't create a new category. I was gonna say he'd create his own new category, the Lynn Carr Bar Show.
Yeah. Well, you guys are up for best morning TV show too.
All
Hey,
right.
you know,
Awesome.
we're up for 2.
Go vote for it.
How many
Two
people are up
awards.
for 2 awards? God, we're so good.
It's unbelievable.
So amazing.
Amazing.
Amazing. Unbelievable.
Jam packed.
He's still doing his thing, I think.
Yeah.
MJ.
Oh yeah.
People still buying that shtick.
Oh my God! I would know. How could you listen to this for like 4 hours?
I was just, I left the state and moved to Iowa to get away. I was like, I can't.
hated him
I
so
hate
bad.
this guy so much, and I was so befuddled by his popularity because I loathed him. He never said anything funny or interesting,
But he sure was somebody who had an opinion and was very loud and never stopped talking.
and people seemed to like that.
You're gonna hate me then for what I'm about to tell you.
Oh no!
This is something I've never told.
Oh, you're a huge MJ fan.
I've never told anybody
Okay.
that, like for real. Like, I mean, as many years as I've been in the industry, like never, because you're not really like it's kind of a clown job, right? Like, but when I was a kid, they first came out with those MJ and BJ CDs.
The cranky, crotchety old man CDs. Yes.
And at the stores back in the day, at Sears or whatever it was, they used to have listening stations. So do you remember
Yeah.
the listening stations? You'd have
Yeah.
headphones,
Yeah.
and a CD player, and the little CD would be up there, and you go, oh, okay, let me press play on this, and you go to track 2, and then you put on the headphones at the listening station, and you'd be able to hear it. Now, keep in mind, I was probably, I don't know, maybe 12 years old or something like that. And I listened to a Milton Fledge cow call, and I howled inside the store. I was rolling.
He was
It
12.
was 12. See, I think that's the demographic
that's
we were
the-
going for.
This feels like I'm getting something off my chest here. I've never told anybody
Oh,
that.
that's so funny. So while you're 12 and howling, I'm sitting in a studio having to listen to him,
Having to listen to Milton Fudge Cow.
and he's laughing
Fudge
at
cow,
and him
please.
laughing at his own call.
Yeah.
It's 'cause nobody else was ever, and it was so awkward because it was BJ, me, Jason, Dale, 4 or 5 guys in there, and he's doing his Milton Fledge cow, and it's not funny, and he's laughing, and we're just like, this is awkward. Oh, and he'd do 2 or 3 a week, and it was like misery. It was misery for me.
Well, 12-year-old me was having a hoot.
That's he was going for moms and their 12-year-olds.
I think to the point, I'm not going to go as far as to say I bought the CD because I don't think I did. But the thought at least had entered my mind of if I had money
Where
to
can I
buy
get
this
that?
CD, I might buy it. Like it was that funny at me at 12 years old. Now I would listen to him and go, I don't, it's, you know. But yeah,
He
man.
did it. He had several CDs. And Scratchy Milton Fledge cow. Milton Fledge. That to him was just extreme high comedy was the name. And I'm gonna call it. He would call me. I'm gonna call him Milton Fledge cow. It's not funny, dude. Fuck off. I hated him so bad. I hate.
He was such a dick.
Now if you
And-
name me, I'll be Natalie Mandingo the third.
Now that's a name.
That's the name. See, and
his-
you ramped up the comedy just
Just a tad.
just a tad.
I tried to write clever. Instead, he was always like just physical torture. I got this toaster, and oh God! And he loved the sound effects. He'd have like
Yes.
ridiculous
Yeah.
electrifying sound effects. Are you okay, sir? And it's like, fuck off.
You're right. It was like Sonic Theater.
Oh, it was so bad.
And then the Ned calls, it would be like, what did you say, sir? And you just go, fuck off. It was a completely different approach. It was very
Yeah.
blue.
Very blue.
His wife Michelle always acted
It's
like
lovely.
She
Snoot.
thought
I'm not
she was-
talking about her
Snoot.
ever again. I'm sure
Snoot.
she's lovely.
Oh, why? What happened?
I'm not getting in any other lawsuits.
Oh, okay.
I got deposed.
Yeah, lawsuit.
I
A
got-
lawsuit by saying someone was a bitch. She was unfriendly. She thought she was better than everybody. I mean, I've talked, like we would hang out with, BJ's wife and Mark Chase's wife, and we'd all, hang out and laugh and have a good time. She just thought she was so much better than everybody. And it was just like, fuck you, bitch.
Well, she's not one of the top 10 finalists for the best
right.
morning
That's
TV
right.
show.
That's
So
Right.
I remember going into the deposition. I had to do a depo, and she was in there. It was the first time I ever met her. I have no idea. I don't know. I don't have anything against. I don't know anything about this. I'm just having to play along with whatever's going on air, so it loops me in and whatever. And I at one point I looked across the room and I said, "Hey, just so you know, I'm sorry if you felt offended by anything." Something like that. Looking back at the situation,
In the courtroom?
No, this was in a deposition.
Oh, okay.
And I must have said it in the most smart ass way, like just my smarmy, like you know, like I must have came across very bad because she gave me a very nasty look, and she didn't say anything to me. She didn't like, but I kind of meant the apology. I kind of didn't, but I kind of did. Because like I don't want to be in this like this is a terrible situation to be in, lawsuits and all this stuff. And I didn't, I don't have anything against her, so I did mean it in that regard. But it must not have come across too well.
Well, plus she was a bitch. So.
Yeah, she was a bitch.
So she probably just, regardless of how she's
lovely.
She probably thought "fuck you" anyway. So.
Oh, I went in there. I saw her in my deposition. I said, "Oh, good." I said, "Now you get to watch me make your lawyers look stupid." It's like when you're deposing people who are in a room with 4 other guys ripping each other's hearts out every day. Don't fuck with us. It's like we do it with the best.
It's a pack of wolves, and
so
it's
like chump change going with these stuffed suits, going, "Well, sir," and you're like, "Okay," I'm just licking my chops.
Yeah,
lay it on me, buddy.
I've told you this on the VIP show before, but one of the finest moments I've ever had in a courtroom was when I was on the stand in that trial, and I think Bay News 9 was covering it live too, if I remember correctly. It was like gavel to gavel coverage.
Yeah.
The
biggest thing ever happened.
That, right? Like, and they put me up there, and their attorney was like, "And when you say that being a whore is, a terrible thing or something like," and I didn't have a canned response or thing like that. I just talked. It was like, I can think of a lot worse things to call somebody than a whore. Then that's the honest to God truth. And I kind of just like looked over at the jury, and I remember seeing one dude in particular, and he kind of looked at me and he was like, and I'm like, this case is tossed. Like, and not even just multiple jurors. Like, you could tell, like, they weren't feeling this at all. It did not come across well to them. But
what you said?
No. The whole thing. But what I said, I could feel them resonating with it to the point where I was like, wow. Like you never really see a juror like nod. I saw a juror like literally be like, I can think of some other shit.
That.
Yep, I can think of something worse than a whore. Yep.
Because I paid off the jury, cousin.
Oh.
I had a mole. There was a mole in the jury, cousin.
Mole in the jury. I'm going to get meters, and I'm going to win all the Best of the Bay awards. I've got an award shed. It's got fans.
For sure.
I'm stuffing fans in the shed.
No doubt.
Oh, sorry.
I don't think like in the MJ versus Bubba trial, I think MJ and his wife came across as so unlikable that he lost.
I think so.
That's how it is a lot of the time.
I think they were very
He's not a likable person. She's not likable.
Not at all.
Jay Diaco's a good lawyer. Phil Campbell's not a good. He's an old drunk.
Well, okay, but then in all fairness, then the Diacos set him up for a DUI. So, I mean, you kind of have to take the lawyer thing. That's a wash, right? When you say that the Diacos are good lawyers and Campbell's not.
I didn't say. I said Jay Diaco.
Oh, okay.
Because I was in the courtroom for some of it, and I heard his closing arguments and his great job. He's great. He's really good.
I thought the biggest thing was that MJ came off very unlikable.
Yeah.
He came off as just a whiny little bitch, just that it's like, man,
Donna pulling no punches.
Well, it's like you're a radio DJ and you're in here whining about people, "Hey, call me names," that kind of thing.
Some guys yelled at him at a gas station.
Well, in all fairness, it wasn't a typical top 40 battle.
No, it's never typical. With our show.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, even the whore, like the whore thing. It was like when he said that, I didn't know he was going to call MJ's wife a whore, and I was just like, Well, why are you doing that?
It is a dumb move.
It's just a dumb move.
Who did
'cause
that? I don't-
Bubba, out of nowhere, he's like just blasting him, and then all of a sudden he was like, "I'm calling your wife a whore."
Oh, okay.
Did you hear that? And I'm calling your wife a whore. And it's like,
And then as part of the crew, it's like,
Why?
oh, fuck, now we're all in on this?
Yeah,
We're all in on this?
why,
This is what we're going all in on?
the brilliant, you're a
I
whore,
forgot
even though
about
you're
that.
not.
Yeah, I've never met you. I know
I mean,
nothing about you.
You
Couldn't
can
tell
call
you anything.
someone a whore that's not a whore. You just use it as a
As a-
derogatory
yes.
It's more
thing
of a
to call them. You
it's-
know, it's like most people that you call a whore
I mean,
isn't a whore technically.
you're
No,
right.
but they like.
But you're also coming at things from a different perspective because you're built different, right? You're built different. You've been around this game.
Yeah, yeah.
So
it is
so
a different.
It's a different mentality.
Yeah.
So you got to take that into account. And on top of it, I mean, it's kind of zookeeper shit. Let's be honest. It's kind of.
Well, it's not like if she had been taking money from some organization, and he just said, "You know what, you're a whore," because she's taking money, But there was no basis for at all. It's like.
Didn't she
"You're
work?
a
She worked
whore."
for the state attorney or something.
Yeah,
like
but
that?
I don't think he was. He wasn't. There was no. He just out of the blue called her. He wasn't saying, "And you're doing that." And he's just like, "I'm calling your wife a whore." And it's like, what the hell is that?
I got a thesaurus here.
Every other one.
Slut. Nope. That's not what I want to go with.
I'm calling your wife a
Bitch.
whore.
Nope. That's not what we're going to go with today. Aha, I've got it.
That's what it
I've got a synonym.
kind of seemed like. That's what it was.
Yeah. What a time.
We got to take.
What time is it?
Yeah.
We're going long. We're just.
We're an hour in.
We're an hour and 10 minutes in.
I'm going to go get some kava.
We're gonna go to kava. We're gonna come
A
back.
kava
You
shake.
come back
We're
with
gonna
a really
be-
mellow show.
Very mellow. Wait, that's what we need. See, we need to steal somebody else's niche and just crush it because we're better.
Vote.
Because we're better than these people.
Vote.cltampa.com, man. Best
Vote.
podcast.
That's right.
Best morning TV
Best
show.
morning
bro.
TV show, buddy. That's where it's at. We'll be
That would
right
be
back.
so great.
Either I would.
So great.
Boy, a sweep. A sweep would be
So
sweet.
funny. So good.
Sweet. We'll be right back with more of the hang.
Thank you for calling the Office of Attorney General Pam Bondi, Citizen Services. If you would like to file a price gouging complaint, please press 1.
Para dejar un
Oh,
mensaje
Jesus
en
Christ.
español,
I need to
por
speak to El
favor,
Chapo.
presione el-
Citizen Services, you have a price gouging complaint?
Yeah, I mean, I'm down here in Immokalee, and it's pretty bad. I went to the local convenience store, and Haji said a case of water was going to cost me a hand job. And let me tell you, a case of water is normally about $5, and I have never given anybody a hand job for less than $20. It's crazy what's going on down here. Hello?
I don't know if this is the right place for you to call, sir.
Well, look, dude, this guy is preying on the unfortunate after a hurricane. I mean, he told my sister a case of beer would cost her a fingering.
Sir,
What?
I don't know what I can do here.
Never mind. That's probably not price gouging anyway. She usually gives those away for free. She's a whore.
Thank you for calling the Office of Attorney General Pam.
Citizen Services, do you have a price gouging complaint?
Yeah, I'm down here in Immokalee, and the only place open was this place I'd never been to before called Starbucks. And they charged me $8.62 for a motherfucking large coffee. They're just gouging the shit out of people down here. No, it's real funny for you, sitting in your air-conditioned office. I'm even getting gouged for toilet paper.
Sir.
I couldn't even afford a roll. I ended up having to wipe my ass with a Make America Great Again t-shirt.
Sir.
And it gave me a horrible rash all over my anus. I think it was made in Bangladesh.
Thank you for calling the Office of Attorney.
Citizen Services, do you have a price gouging complaint?
Lord, do I? The glory hole I regularly go to says they're going to charge me an extra $5 because I had to raise all the glory holes because of the storm surge. And
Sir, can I ask who's calling?
my name's Ned. I told him give the guy on the other side a snorkel. I ain't paying five. Sir, I'm trying to give my.
We have a lot of people that need help here.
I need help. I'm trying to register my
Don't waste my
complaint.
time.
Well, I got nothing but time, sir. I'm down here in Immokalee. I got no power. I gotta sleep outside in a hammock, nude. Mosquitoes are just biting the shit out of my testicles.
Well, that is not my problem.
And let me tell you, I had a block O vagina on layaway at the adult novelty store. All of a sudden, Hurricane Irma comes through, and he triples the price. Hello.
Thank you for calling the
Citizen Services, do you have a price gouging complaint?
Yeah. My wife works at the Pasco Pussycat, and she usually makes about $50 a.
Ned,
Yeah.
I remember you just called. I told you we have a lot of complaints here, and you are wasting my time.
Well, look, I realize that you're a millennial and you're probably sitting there jacking your dick to red tube, but I got real fucking serious complaints here, boy. Look, while the cat's got your tongue, as I was saying, my wife works at the Pasco Pussycat, and she makes about $50 a night picking up quarters with her pussy. And it's pretty cool. I can send you a link to her webcam if you want it. But,
Ned,
look, as I was saying, since the power's been out, she's having to strip by candlelight, and she can't see what she's picking up. And her asshole customers are throwing all kind of shit up on stage, like Canadian quarters and Chuck E. Cheese tokens, checkers, Oreos. Last night she came home with a Finding Nemo DVD lost halfway up her cooter. Does this fall in?
Ned.
Yeah. Can you help me, sir?
You're just wasting our time.
Look, dude, I realize you got pressing matters like posting pictures of your chimichangas on Snapchat, but I got real world problems, you fucking millennial cocksucker.
Don't call this fucking number.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll let you get back to sucking dick. Fucking twink.
Asshole.
You're listening to The Hang with Mike Manson Waters and Matt Spice Floyd.
Ned Show, what's up?
Hey, wanted to call and mark out to Ned.
A mark out away.
What's going on, brother man? Long-time listener. Love listening to your afternoon show.
Well, thank you, sir. What's your name?
My name's Nick from Hardy County.
Hardy County. What you doing in Hardy today?
Ain't a whole lot of going on in Hardy County but some cow tipping.
So, why do you choose to live in Hardy County, sir? Are you running from the law?
You sniffed it right out.
You Hardy County ex-felon dirtbag.
You got it.
What was your crime of choice? You lowlife.
It was somewhat of a spree, and that's all I can get into.
A spree. Well, if I was a betting man, I'd say it was a meth-fueled killing spree involving bestiality, incest, and gay bondage. Am I warm?
Fill it in as you need, sir.
Welcome back to The Hang. A couple of guys who took their iconic radio talents and turned it into a hobby. And it's still better than everybody else. Oh my God, what the fuck?
So good, in fact, that now we could become an award-winning podcast.
Could become.
And once you become an award-winning podcast,
sky's the limit.
And you can't take that back. You can't take that away.
You can't take that away from us.
And the fact that we're an award nominated, and we'll just go with that.
The prestige.
It's
the prestige. I mean,
I'm gonna start eating caviar and doing fancy things.
We're already one of the top 10 shows in Tampa, just by being nominated.
Well, looky here.
Damn, who would have thunk? And we're coming up on our year anniversary.
I mean,
time flies.
Yes, I was gonna tell you. Next week. Are you available for a Friday night 1-year anniversary hang?
I think we should. I think we owe the fans a Friday night.
Is that cool with you?
Sure, let's do it.
All right.
We might be doing a bar show this week, so then we won't have anything going on next week. And
okay. So we'll skip next Wednesday.
Yeah.
We'll go
skip
in.
Wednesday and then
go all in.
Oh, I mean,
on a 1-year anniversary special.
Just a blowout. Just a blowout. I'm gonna piss off Ned's Navy because he says we don't read the chat, and I'm gonna go back to a previous chat.
Wow.
To go back to Thursday's Thursday's Cluster F show. So I'm still not reading your hang chat. He said that one jet fighter could have beaten every single plane on Pearl Harbor.
Wait, hold on. Say that again. This came out of nowhere.
I don't know
bro.
what we were talking about.
You just completely just.
But he was saying a jet fighter, like a modern day jet, could just, if they just had that at Pearl Harbor, then every Japanese, they could have destroyed everything. All the Zeros, all the fleet, the whole thing.
Where did this come from?
I'm trying to remember what we were talking about. I don't know.
You just went back from a chat. From Thursday?
That's how long it takes me to get back to the chat.
It's nearly a week ago.
A week ago.
I mean, I would imagine those jets do have some heavy artillery on them. I mean, they're toting some bombs.
Don't you think that like maybe 1 0 is, there's probably 100 zeros, right?
What's a zero?
It's a Japanese fighter plane.
Okay.
Maybe he can't see them all at once, and he's sneaking up on him, and he gets blasted him right in the fucking canopy. Die, Joe, die.
The only fighter pilot things I know is what I've seen on Top Gun. That's literally it. And they go, we're in a dog fight. I'm going, yeah, dog fight. Yeah, they're about to do a dog fight. Yeah. And then they go up there and they do a bunch of maneuvers. And, and then the guy somehow is able to be inverted and flies over top of the other jet and flicks him off. And then he takes off. And I'm going,
Blue Angel shit right there.
That made me want to become a fighter pilot. When I was 8 years old, I was like, that's it. Fighter pilots for me, Top Gun style. And then I go, wow, there's actually, that's not as easy as it looks.
Yeah. I think that's a pretty bad, if you're a fighter pilot, that's bad. If you're flying those jets, that's pretty impressive.
Totally.
Especially the guys who land on the carriers.
Oh my God. Yeah.
That's just insanity. It's not that hard, actually, buddy.
I did it after not doing it for a while. And then I got immediately out and said, mission accomplished.
No way he did that. No way.
I don't know how anybody's buying this shit.
I mean, especially when he's got a co-pilot behind him. It's not like they hid, it was just him. It was just him. He walked out. I did it. It was me. It was all me. I ain't believing. Now watch this drive. I ain't buying it. I ain't buying it.
Yeah, fighter pilots, though. That is a crazy.
You got to have a lot of balls for that. thousands of miles an hour.
I mean, I have watched those what do they call them? Not goofy videos. The fails of like the jet fighters trying to get onto the.
That is fun. That is fun to watch.
On the cargo ships, and I'm going, ooh, that's like. You got to be white knuckling it to begin with to try to make that landing as a fighter pilot on the middle of an aircraft carrier in the middle of the ocean, right? I mean, that would be tough enough. And then to go, I biffed it.
Yeah.
Like that's.
And then you got to come around there extra. Can you imagine? You come around twice. I mean, they probably don't.
They're clowning you on the deck.
You're getting clowned. You come in. I don't know how fast they come in. You got to be going a certain amount of speed to keep those things.
220, 224,
whatever it takes. And then a giant steel rubber band catches you.
It's crazy.
It's just the whole thing is insane.
You know what's awesome? The Harrier jump jet. When I was a kid, I was fascinated by that.
What is it?
Because I was like, wait, so this thing's just going to
Straight
just
up.
jump up and go? Like, to me, that was the most fascinating piece of technology.
It doesn't seem like it really took off. So
It was
to
very
speak.
fast.
It didn't. Like, I don't know how much the Harriers are involved in. I never heard of a Harrier doing jack shit.
Me either.
Also, we got the Osprey. It's the same kind of thing, except this where the propellers go up. So it goes straight up.
Yeah. Now they have drones.
And they ain't doing shit either. I saw 3 Ospreys flying overhead one time, and it was impressive because they're big and they're loud. I don't know if they're any good for anything, but
I wouldn't be able to point one out. If I saw one ahead, I'd be like, plane.
plane. Big,
Me see plane.
it's big ass. It's a big ass plane, bigger than the normal. AJ Linger 500 beds.
Hey.
So yeah, I think Iran said, if you're flying commercial, you better stay out of our airspace. We're going to be doing some things. That's
fair.
what they said. Some things.
Doing some things.
Some military things.
Vague. Very vague.
So they seem as if they're trying to start World War III, but you never know. Maybe they're just doing the same old shit, and
Well-
nothing's going to happen, or they're going to start World War III.
Or are we starting World War III covertly by proxy? Right? Like
Yes.
that's the rib,
Yes.
right? Or not the
Yes.
rib. That's not the good word for it, but that's the real deal. It's like, all right, are we saying like everybody's looking at Iran going, oh, they're trying to mess around. Here we go. Look what they're doing now. But it's like, well, what are we doing? What have we done? And what are we going to do in the future to just keep needling everybody? Like, who's needling who? I don't know if we're in the right or the wrong. I'm just saying there's a lot of needling on both sides going on.
I think we're the chief needler in the whole world. I think when you're as powerful as we are, you become the chief.
We're the goat of needling.
You become the goats of needling, and that's. I'm starting to waffle. I'm starting to think, we're the biggest dicks in the world. And I'm thinking, well, let's just keep being the biggest dicks because it's pretty good up here.
We need a bigger needle.
I think maybe you just have to be the biggest dick, or else some other dick's going to come along and take your,
There is always going to be a second dick
have
right
to be
behind
the
you.
biggest dick. So I'm changing my strategy. I want global domination by the U.S., more wars.
Global. Anytime I hear the word domination, it's just like, oh no. Global and domination are two
what
words
we
you don't
need.
want next to each other.
That's what we're going to have to do. Got to get rid of all these pesky other people.
But hold on. But you said Iran saying, hey,
We're doing something.
we're doing something.
Yeah.
We're doing some stuff. Stay out of our airspace. In all fairness, like, I'm not trying to go to their airspace. Like, that's like the last airspace I want to find myself in. Like, if somebody was like, no, we seem to have veered off course. Looks as though we might be in, we slipped into Iran airspace. I'd be like, oh, shit.
I believe commercial jets fly over Iran all the time.
That's a terrible idea. I would fly around. If I was a Delta pilot, I would say, I'm going to need to request a different path. I have no intention of flying over anything to do with Iran.
Well, if Iran's ever blown up a plane.
Don't care. It's just, it's the perception.
Yeah, well, they do hate us.
Yeah, there's just certain places I don't want to go or stay away from.
Iran was one of the most modern, progressive places in the Middle East. And then we said enough of that. We installed the Shah of Iran, and everything went downhill from there.
It's like Ice Cube, right? I think it's Ice Cube I'm thinking of. And he made it out of the hood. And he made it to the mansions. And like, you don't come, back to the hood or whatever. He's like, I fought to get out of there. Why would I ever go back? Don't quote me. It's something like that. And I don't know if it's Ice Cube or not, but it's one of the some rapper out there. And I'm thinking to myself, like, same thing. Like, I'm not trying to go to Iran. I don't want anything to do with certain places. You try to rise above and get out of those spots or get out of those spaces so you don't have to come in contact with them at all. Like, why voluntarily go, hey, I'm going to fly over your airspace?
Iran is one of the most beautiful countries in the world.
Sure
Have you
it
ever
is.
seen the pictures from Iran? It's gorgeous.
Let me guess. Let me take a guess. A lot of mountains.
Oh yeah, a lot of
Picturesque, rocky, serene.
Don't make me break out my Iran. Beautiful Iran.
A lot of poppy.
Beautiful Iran.
Do they have
photo.
poppy over there?
I do not know.
They gotta have Poppy.
They all got poppies. Let's give me the images. Come on, it's making me work for it. Oh, see, look at just core. It's God's country.
No, that's not true.
look at
It's Allah country.
Look at it. Look at that shit. Look
That
at
is beautiful.
Oh my God. Oh, look at there's this multitude of beautiful photographs. Oh, you see the media.
That one looks like a rib.
It's not a rib. It's the Mazandaran
It's got
forest.
those trees right there. The trees.
Mazandaran forest. They want you to think that Iran is full of desert and camel people.
Mm.
See, they don't want you to know that. They're like civilized people with what they have highways and cars and cities.
Until the U.S. gets over there,
Well, but
then it's like they used to have highways and cities.
Oh, I think we're going to be leveling that in about 2.5 weeks.
And then we'll help them rebuild because we want to show them good faith.
Have you seen the amount of money?
So weird.
The amount of money it's going to take to rebuild Ukraine is such a cash cow. It's such an obvious cash cow. It's just offensive that anybody would think anything else other than we're over there to make money.
Sorry, we helped fund your proxy war and blow everything up. We're going to help you out now.
Yeah, we're going to rebuild you now.
Because we're all about humanitarian aid.
It's going to take a while because we're stealing most of the money. But we're going to rebuild you eventually. It's going to take 30, 40 years. And it's all going to be shit. It's all going to be shit. Everything we look at shit. Hey, we got to go. We'll let the see, that's what it is. It's fucking outrageous.
But at the hang, we understand the plight. We get it. We understand. A lot of different angles being worked here, and we're not on the side of any of them.
I was rooting for the Ukrainian.
I'm in the gray.
Ukrainian high jumper. She won gold.
Was she hot?
She was very skinny. Have you seen the high jump?
No.
Oh, it's like they jumped. Her top jump was 6'7", so she's running up and jumping over 6'7".
Okay.
As a woman. And so
6 feet.
So
Okay.
they're all like 6 feet tall, and they weigh about 110 pounds. They're super
gangly,
skinny, super gangly, but they're pretty amazing how they get over that bar.
Wow, yeah.
And so Ukraine won the gold in that.
Hey.
And the guys can jump almost 8 feet.
That is insanity.
Jumping 8
Hold
feet.
on, that's like,
it's way the fuck up
bro.
there.
Could you imagine if you were just hanging out at a bar and some guy just comes in and Kramer's in the bar and just jumps 8 feet in the air?
8 feet in the air.
Now,
they're all skinny too, though.
Forgive me because I don't remember the high jump because I haven't seen it this year, and I'm getting with all these events. I'm getting a little confused. The high jump, is it It's a running start, right? Like there's no way somebody's jumping. All right.
It's a loping start. They do this weird lope.
What's a?
Where they do these weird long.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's
Those weird strides.
And then the last couple steps, they hit the run,
and then the bar, and they just go over it.
They Fosbury flop. Oh, it's called the Fosbury flop over the top. Where they go the backwards flop.
Okay, the backwards. I saw the pole vault last night, and some kid from LSU set the world record. But it's always weird to see somebody from LSU, and
it was from Sweden,
right? And I'm going, well.
So he went to LSU.
Yeah.
All these foreign athletes.
This is America.
But they all go to school in America.
This is bullshit. You're a tiger. This is tiger country. How dare you win a medal for your homeland?
That guy was a stud, though. Man.
Was a total stud. Yeah,
it's the world record.
That was crazy. Yeah,
that was impressive. See the guy that knocked it down with his penis.
I did.
That meme was everywhere. I think he knocked it down. Then his penis really took it down.
Either way, it counts. it counts as bringing him to legend status, as the memes will show. He's now legend.
How would you feel about that? You're kind of thinking,
Great.
wow, everybody knows I got a big penis that knocks down bars, or you just be going, man, I worked my whole life to medal, and now I'm just the penis knock the bar down guy.
Here's what I would do. I would sit at a bar or a nightclub or anywhere. It doesn't matter where.
In your uniform.
Nope. Just me.
Yeah.
Real talk. And if I wanted to hit on a girl, I'd be like, what do you do? And then she'll say, and then she'll go, what do you do? And I'll go, you won't believe me if I told you. And she'll go, really? Well, what do you mean I won't believe you? What do? You go, you really want to see? And she'll go, yes. And I'll pull out the meme and the video footage of me jumping over the thing and my dick hitting the bar, causing me to lose. And immediately she will be interested. You're the most interesting man in the bar. Everybody gathers around.
Yeah. I mean, what girl...
Short term, that's good for some...
What girl doesn't want to tell the I slept with the big dick pole vaulter story? I mean, that's he knocked it down with his dick. I slept with him.
Immediately, like for real, like immediately interesting man, right? Like you don't even have to say anything to anybody. You just go, that's me. And immediately questions will be asked.
Don't you think you strap that thing down?
Oh, strap what down?
Before you
pole vault? Talk?
There's ways you can duct tape that thing down. He's trying to win a medal here, buddy.
I think you're under the assumption that he knew his thing was going to be coming into play. I mean, I wouldn't think mine's going to come into play at any point in time.
Maybe I wouldn't either, but maybe you were not that guy. Maybe he should have thought.
And then
maybe as he's knocking things off the counter with his big penis, he should think.
Tucked.
He should have tucked.
Meanwhile, if he tucked and he made it over, they would be like, he made it over, but have you noticed how he has no dong at all?
Speaking, I've seen a lot of dongs at the Olympics. I'm seeing dongs and vaginas, which I didn't think you used to see. The women's and the men's things are so revealing. Like the track guys, it's like, oh, there's that guy's dong, and there's that guy's dong. And then the ladies, they'll lay on the track spread eagle after a long event. And you're like, it's a tight outfit there. I don't know if you cameraman, you might want to get off of that shot.
And there is one meme going around. I don't know what the sport is. I don't know if it's synchronized swimming or whatever, but the girl has her legs spread. And I mean, the bathing suit, it is right in between her vaginal walls or whatever you call it.
Oh.
Donna, what do you call those? Lips.
Your labia in a more technical manner.
Your labia.
No comment. No. She's not offended by lips, but she is offended by labia.
But it's tucked. It's like nestled in between there. I'm going, that is a great, like, wow. I mean, have they no couth?
I think I don't know if it was the Americans. Some athletes were complaining. They said the outfits were too revealing.
Some of them are. I mean, like
the
beach volleyball is
they
crazy.
Basically wear thongs now. Some of them are. There's like
except for the Muslim country, where they're like they look like they're scuba divers.
Full garb.
Yeah, you've got like these.
Oh, they're covered in sand.
Nudists versus scuba divers.
It's bizarre.
It's crazy looking. But it's cool. I mean, you know.
I wasn't going to watch the Olympics, but I was, what the heck? I like the Olympics. A lot of interesting things.
Yeah, you say you're not going to watch.
No, I watched.
It's like football. This year,
I'm not going to watch. I'm not going to watch the NFL.
Yeah, I'm
going to watch college football, which I always do.
You'll watch the NFL.
We'll see. I may be a hypocrite.
You'll capitulate.
I will be honest and say if I watch. I'm kind of interested in Aaron Rodgers playing with the Jets, but
you'll be in.
I'm not going to watch football for the first 3 months.
You know what I've been winning on lately? Table tennis.
Table tennis.
Yep. I got a strategy.
And what is that?
I'm not going to tell you.
Let it out. Brilliant strategy.
Actually, no, because it's boring. Nobody gives a fuck about table tennis, so I'm not going to. But all right, yeah, I'll tell you. So the games move quick in table tennis, right? And the odds are pretty crazy. So what I figured out is you take that one you're going to make the money on, and you just cash out early. Typically speaking, thus far, as soon as that money, even if I'm making $1, $2, or what, I'm just cashing out early. I'm not completing the bet, right? I'm not waiting to the end of the game.
So you can cash out when your guy's ahead?
Yeah, and they'll raise the amount. Like if he's, what do men call it? The favorite, over, under?
Favorite,
whatever it is.
Favorite.
All I know is I'm doing okay. Table tennis. I'm not going to pay off the mortgage this way.
I think the best bet is...
I'll pick up a sixer out of it.
I think the more obscure sports are a little better because everybody, playing fantasy football, how many guys are you playing against who have 7 computers in their basement who have got these algorithms about who to pick?
Is there a lot of that?
Yeah, I've seen... That was like 3 or 4 years ago, I saw a special about this guy who was making all this money in fantasy football. He's got all the algorithms and everything. So how am I going to beat him when I go spend 5 minutes on a Sunday at 12:50? Oh shit! Fantasy time.
He's the Josh Melton of football.
He is. Yeah.
Mosh
I don't.
Shelton.
Mosh Shelton, please. Dead naming him. Naming him.
Yeah, the fantasy football. I never. I don't get into that. I know you do it.
I do it just like somebody. They set up a league for the show, so I do it.
You make it easy for
I
you.
would not. I wouldn't be doing it. I only ever did it when it was part of a radio show because we used to do it on the old show. Even we put. Other than that, kind of takes it away from the game if there's a good game and you've got somebody on the other side that you picked and you're like, but that's not on my team. But I got to root for that guy to score 3 touchdowns. It ruins the game, actually, in my opinion.
I always hated it when like the guys we used to work with would you knew because Sunday football, it was Saturday college football, Sunday NFL, and then Monday you just knew it was just gonna you'd have to hear Brent in there crowing about his team or like nonstop. That was what I hated about football at the time was the Mondays. I think it was a true case of the Mondays. I'm just now I'm unzipped. I didn't mind watching college football. I didn't mind watching NFL. It was just Mondays. You knew that it was going to be Packer talk, Gator talk, and how these guys are going to kick these guys' ass or whatever. And it was so I don't know. It didn't seem. It wasn't deep.
Well, I'm not a huge sports talk guy. I don't really like to hear guys arguing about sports because to me it seems so stupid to get actually worked up about it. You see all these radio, they all get worked up and they all argue about these things passionate. And it's like sports. It's not. I can't. I don't want to hear yelling. I don't need to.
Maybe when football season comes around and the president, maybe that'll die down all the political hype that's going on. Because right now,
I can't take
if
it.
you're a football fan, you got nothing going on.
It's coming.
You're kind of like you're in limbo of I guess I'll give a fuck about the presidential election now. I'll go in all in on this.
I bet there's going to be record NFL numbers because people are looking to not think about what's going on in the world.
Looking to escape.
Escape.
Bro, I lost my man card earlier this week. I was like, all right, you just need to zone out and space out and all this political shit. And I was like, flipping through the channels. I'm going, South Park's on, or House Hunters International is on, and I love South Park more than anybody in the world. But even for me, I knew that South Park would be funny, but it would also have to make me think a little bit. And I go, I am going with House Hunters International. I'm going to watch two strangers walk through homes.
Yep.
I'm not.
That's why I watch sports.
Yeah, I gotta get out. I gotta escape.
Is South Park? What are they on now? Are they on Paramount or
Comedy Central?
Are you sure?
Paramount.
I don't think the new ones are on.
I don't know about the new ones, but
I'm talking. Well, yeah,
I don't know
but
about
the new
ones.
I mean, they're still doing it.
Yeah,
and I'm not seeing them because I'm not going to get an app to see them. I'm just not. I'm not doing that NFL. What's the NFL app?
The Peacock?
Yeah, F you.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I would never, ever, I don't care if my favorite team was going to the Super Bowl. I'm not, that's a money grab. It's all it is. F you. Now you got to go 7 places to watch all these fucking games. They got the Amazon game on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
F you. I ain't doing none of that.
I'm with you. I mean,
I wonder how many people are. Probably a lot.
Quite a few. Quite a few.
Probably a lot.
Quite a few. God, man, there's so much stuff going on. Hear about this Hogan movie happening? Yes?
No, I haven't.
No. It hasn't been in the news at all, has it?
No. Is it happening? Is there a Hogan movie happening?
You serious?
No. Is it in the news a lot?
Yeah, this week.
I don't know how I missed it.
Well,
I haven't seen it.
All right. I really thought you had known this. So
hurricane news. That's about it. There's been nothing but hurricane news.
Hurricane Hogan, brother.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, no, they were doing the movie. Affleck and Matt Damon are
Which one's Hogan?
Affleck. That's serious.
No, he's not Hogan.
Hold on.
There's no way.
Me-
So he's going to gain how many pounds to play this role? What are you talking about?
You really don't know about this for
You're
real?
lying. I don't believe you. No, I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, you didn't even know you were up for the best morning
I'm
TV show.
I don't want to get into it now, but my Twitter algorithm, which I'm constantly battling with, does not show me Hulk Hogan movie shit. So I did not see it. And it was not on the news because they're talking about the hurricane. So this is big news. How did I? It's not trending.
It's huge news. And not only is it huge news look, I'm not going to say my involvement.
Who's playing Matt Lloyd?
I'm not going to say I'm consulting on the film we're from. I'm not going to say nothing about nothing.
Who's going to play Manson? And Ned.
Ned.
Ned's in the closet. Go hard. Oh, God. Oh. Hit it, Terry. Hit it hard. It's a cocaine-sized dog. Oh, shit.
Yeah, seriously. So there's a book written about the whole Gawker trial.
Yeah.
And it got picked up to become a movie, got greenlit. And the guy that did The Big Short, which is one of my favorite movies of all time. That's a great movie.
It's a good movie.
The way it's filmed, everything. I like it a lot. He's going to be, I guess, the director. And yeah, Ben Affleck and Matt Damon are sort of Affleck's Hogan.
Damon's gonna be Heather. I see.
How do you like them apples?
It's a brilliant move.
You like apples? Yeah. I don't. No.
Now, Ben Affleck is gonna. How is he gonna be Hulk Hogan? That's not a giant man.
I'll tell you how.
Okay.
Acting,
CGI,
makeup. Steroids.
How tall is Hulk Hogan?
Now he's like 5'9".
True.
He looks like Estelle Getty.
I mean, how tall is Ben Affleck?
He's 6'9". No, Affleck's a tall dude.
Not that tall.
He was when I met him.
Let's see. Maybe 6'2", 6'3". How tall is Hogan?
I mean, you just put him in heels. What? I mean, come on.
Ben Affleck is 6'2".
He's a strapping fella.
He's gonna get on the human growth and bulk up.
Yep. Yeah. So he'll be Hogan.
How could anybody choose to play Hulk Hogan and think they're gonna pull that shit off?
Be careful what you wish for, Affleck.
Brother.
Next thing you know, you break up with your wife and Affleck's yeah, never mind. Yeah, no, it's going to be an interesting project. I'm excited to be a part of it.
Well, really. Anybody want to know?
I'm excited to be consulting on the film. I can't believe you didn't know that.
I try, I mean,
the funniest part.
I'm preparing for show. I'm looking at all media sources. I was on TMZ. I was on the New York Post. I was on Twitter.
What's your Twitter algorithm hitting you with?
Oh, fuck. Okay, they're hitting me with left and right. Okay, so, I've always, occasionally, maybe 3 or 4 times a week, I'll comment on a political post like, you stupid fucking asshole, you're an idiot. Because I know more than everybody. But not a lot.
Sure.
I really don't care. I'm not... I usually, and then I stopped doing it almost at all because I'm like, yeah, whatever. This is just stupid. But now I'm all getting this left. Kamala Harris is the greatest thing ever. She's just unbelievable. And now that her VP pick is almost as great as her, and then you're getting hit with the Trump side of how great he is and how shitty Kamala is. That's all I'm getting. So I said, okay, I'm going to block every single political post I get.
Right.
For the past 2 days, I'm like, block, 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 block. Don't look at it. Just block, 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 block. And then they just keep coming. They just replace them with that. So it's like they're intentionally trying to divide America with this bullshit. There's no way that... Like, I was blocking people like, this will help your algorithm. I'm like, that's what I'm trying to do. Blah, 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 blah. Didn't help it at all. It made it worse.
You also have to look up things. Like, you have to look up happy things, right? So,
yeah, I know, but
that's the thing is you can't just block, because, it's going to keep coming.
No,
you got to actually.
But it's never been like this, ever. I've been on Twitter for, I don't know, 15 years. And all of a sudden, it's just, and 3 weeks ago, it wasn't like this. As soon as they nominated Kamala Harris for vice president, this all started happening. Just blam, 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 blam. I mean, Kamala Harris for president. As soon as you get that, that's all I get. And it's I'm trying to find fun, interesting things to talk about on the show. JD Vance.
Come on, there is so much fun, interesting stuff to talk about in that. JD Vance, in its own right, is hilarious because I know nothing about JD Vance. I know a little bit, but not enough to I don't know enough not to be a subject matter expert.
Yeah,
but I can't figure. Much like is Kamala Harris black or not? Like, I have the same question now about JD Vance. Does he wear eyeliner or does he not wear eyeliner? Like, why is that a hot topic? And why does it make me care? All of a sudden, I care, and I don't know why.
I didn't know that was a topic that he wore eyeliner.
It is a big. It's a hot topic, as they say. Is he wearing guyliner? I don't know, but now I want to know. Is he have guyliner on or not? Is Kamala Harris black or not? These questions that don't mean anything in the grand scheme have now got me, my brain percolating on stuff that it should not be percolating on.
But
meanwhile, I'm percolating.
That's exactly what they want.
Exactly, and I'm falling into the trap because I got to know, is JD Vance have guyliner on or not? JD Vance, let me ask you, sir, are you wearing guyliner? Please answer the question.
Bad career move to wear guyliner when you're running for the vice president, don't you think?
Well,
that
especially if he cries. If he cries, he's in for it.
That would eliminate.
If it's a humid evening out, just he's gonna pull that Giuliani move.
He's gonna do that. He's gonna as he retire when he leaves.
Tears of a clown.
When he leaves the ticket because he wears guyliner, he's gonna cry and and people are it's an iconic photograph.
Tammy Faye Baker style. That remember Rudy Giuliani when he was up there giving that press conference and his hair dye was running down the side of his face and everybody watching that clip, myself included, was cringing for him and I'm feeling for him.
So bad,
Rudy. So bad. God damn it, Rudy. You're looking awful right now, my man. You got to wipe the side of your head. Nobody told him, and it just kept dripping. That's how I feel. JD Vance is going to go down with the guyliner.
I hope so. That's another. I enjoyed
It would be great.
Now, for me, just the fact that Donald Trump had Rudy Giuliani as his attorney while he was president,
the whole thing's hilarious.
Makes me think, well, is this guy qualified to lead the country? Why would you have such a buffoon, such an old, out of gas?
Because he wasn't a buffoon back in the day.
Yeah,
he was viewed as a hero.
Eventually, you got to replace the buffoon, though. Once he's in his 70s and he starts leaking hair dye and acting like he's in some Borat movie, laying on a bed trying to get some underage girl to blow him or something. I mean, you got to get rid of that guy.
Fake news.
That really, some of Trump's hires really call into question his competence.
Look, you got a staff. You can't pick all winners. So, I mean, eventually, you're playing the odds here. Even with the most powerful of people, typically are sick in the head on some level. So,
of course they are.
You're playing the odds, right? It's just a matter of what it is and how it's going to get out.
Yeah, what do we got? We got 3 months of this crap to go. I can't take.
90 days strong.
What's going to happen? So yeah, they're started off with assassination attempt. Where's it going to go? It's going to go. It's going to be like this
again.
World War III is the only thing that I can think of.
I maintain. I think Trump didn't play that assassination attempt up nearly enough. He's let it go and he's kind of moved on. If I were him, I would have harped on that forever. A nice, touching talking point, and he just kind of blew it off. And furthermore, and I know we've talked about this before, let me just say once again, what the hell happened to Keith Olbermann? He is such a grumpy little shit.
He's deranged. He's almost deranged. He's so
Where did he come from? Was he an ESPN
He
guy
was an
originally?
ESPN guy. He was a very popular ESPN guy because he's a pretty smart guy.
And then I used to watch him on MSNBC. Right? Was that where he? Yeah, he was on
MSNBC.
And I used to watch. Like, I found his show clever. He had like that. It was a little more serious than the Daily Show, but yet had a slant of humor to it.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, all right, I can get down with this. And now, since he just rambles on X, like everything is like he is a. I can't quite figure that dude out. You know, some people just can't figure out. And you go, what's his deal?
I can't. Yeah, I mean, and what is his deal? Is he is he really like he hates Trump with an insane passion
to the point where Trump could literally he could be white and Obama would go, "You're black." It's like,
That's
I'm
how
white.
much he hates.
You're black. Like, it's like, why? What are you doing that for?
He's obsessed with Donald. So there's certain people like Mark Hamill. He's obsessed with. Don't ask me why. The Star Wars geek. He's not even a good actor, but he's obsessed with hating Donald Trump. So is Robert De Niro. So you got these certain people who are just obsessed with it. It's like, what? Why do you hate him so bad? What are you wasting your time for? Don't you? You know, there's a lot worse people in the world, and there's a lot more. George Bush killed pert near 1 million people. You don't even.
It was indirect.
Yeah, and you don't even care about him, but you loathe Donald Trump worse than any. It's so bizarre. The entire strategy of the Democrats is we can't let Trump be president because he's the world's most psychotic asshole.
Yeah,
it's like, that's what we're running on? That's what we're running on? How about bring the price of fucking groceries down? Somebody running on that?
What did I see yesterday? I saw the actor. Gosh, well, hold on. I got it. It's on the tip of my tongue. Hold on. Jason Bateman.
Yes, Jason. What about him?
All right. So, and again, this is just what I read. So I have not two trusted sources on this or anything like that, but it was something to the effect of Jason Bateman has come out and given their nod towards Kamala Harris for president. And I'm thinking to myself, endorsed. That's the word I'm looking for. Endorsed. And all I'm thinking to myself is, yes, the all-important Jason Bateman vote.
Yes.
What? Like,
it means nothing.
I can't imagine why that's one. Why do it? Like, why even do it? If you're Jason Bateman, like, why? Why do it?
I think a lot.
It's okay to just be quiet.
I think a lot of people have the Trump derangement syndrome, and they hate him so bad that they have to speak out, and they don't even care. And see what makes me mad is, like, I don't know if I'll vote. I don't know maybe I'll vote for Trump. I'll either vote for Trump or I won't vote. I won't vote at all. But if I voted for Trump, people would say that they would say the most horrible things about me. And we've never really had that in the country where, if you voted for one guy, people were like, well, you're the biggest piece of shit that ever lived because you voted for Jimmy Carter. No, but that was not a thing. You voted for Ronald Reagan, you should die. That was not a thing. Now that's it.
See, and I get hate, right? I understand.
I do too.
I understand it, and I understand having hatred towards somebody. The difference is if that person did something directly to you versus indirectly to you, right? If they've done something directly to you, yeah, I got a reason to hate you. I'm going to hate you, and then I'm going to talk crap.
Exactly.
But like the Trump thing, if you're hating on him so badly, it's like, okay, what's your connection? Is it one level away? Is it 2 levels away? Is it 3? Like, how far away is your, like, where did he touch you? You know what I mean? Like, did he touch you close? Did he pat your head or did he touch your genitalia?
I don't understand it.
Like, if he patted your head, don't be so worried about it. Like, you're way far away. If he touched you in a sensitive spot, I get it. Like, but that's the difference. Like if you're a Jason Bateman or a De Niro, perfect example, because like you said, De Niro hates Trump, which fine.
Yeah, fine. I don't care.
But like, did Trump do something to you that was so close to you? Like, did he bang your wife or something? Like, what happened there? Like, was there something that's so egregious, or is it just that you don't want him to be president? Because there's different.
It's a brainwashing. because it's not a rational hate. Okay, so take Joe Biden. Like I'm always against whoever's in power. That's how I've always been. But this guy really sucks, and he's been there for 50 years, so I know he's a criminal. He's a total criminal, and he's disgusting. And remember the Afghanistan withdrawal? What a bunch of bullshit! The Ukraine war, all this. He really does a lot of shit that I don't like, and I know he's a huge piece of shit. And I don't have any energy to hate him. He's he fucking sucks ass. I don't hate him because I don't have whatever. But they hate Donald Trump. It's like so weird to me. It's so weird. I can't even figure it out.
And and who's Kamala's running mate? I haven't done a lot of. Gosh, I don't want to say research. I take it back. I haven't done a whole lot of giving a fuck.
Yeah, exactly. Well, let me tell you, man.
Please do.
Give me the breakdown. From half of the people that I've blocked today have been raving about this guy as if he's Jesus Christ. This guy. Kamala Harris is Mother Teresa, and this guy's Jesus Christ. And I'm just like, so the whole purpose of Donald Trump was to make a character that people hate so bad that the Democratic Party can put up all these pieces of shit and do whatever they want to do, and people will pick them over the demonized, evil Donald Trump. And that's what we got going on here, and it sucks ass.
It does suck ass. And then I look to my right, and there's a puppet holding a bottle of vodka
with a MAGA hat on. He's got a MAGA hat on. Oh,
isn't that right, puppet Ned?
With your MAGA hat. Oh God. Trump 2024.
I can't even. We're having this serious one-on-one. We're both deep in it, and I look to the right. A puppet with a MAGA hat holding a bottle of vodka.
And that's why we are up for #1 podcast in Tampa Bay, my friends.
We're just hanging.
Hang. Go to vote.cltampabay.com.
Is that right? Hold on. Is that?
I thought I got it right.
Let me.
Oh, we'll make sure.
Hold on. I was looking at Kava in the break, so hold on.
Fucked it up.
Okay, wait. No, vote.cltampa.com. You're right.
Got it right.
Yeah,
that's rare. And vote for the Hang. Best
and you can
podcast.
You can do it once a day. Unless, of course, perhaps, I don't know, maybe some people have different email addresses, et cetera, whatever. But we want you to abide by the rules of the competition.
Exactly. So I want to, Lynn Carr.
We don't want you to have any people meters.
Lynn Carr, love you like a brother. Do not contact an Indian click farm.
No, do not.
We're not looking to win that way.
No, we are not.
Click farm would be awesome. We're gonna take a fucking click. No, we're not looking to win that way. No click farm.
Do not go to your local less than socioeconomic area and offer them 50 cents a piece for their vote. Do not do that.
Yeah, don't be the Democrats.
Do not set up ballots in a central location and then bus people in from the villages to vote for the Hang with Mike and Matt. Do not do that.
Take a dead person and make him sign.
Yes, do not weekend at Bernie's this.
Did you see the lady who tried to get her, like, the guy's money and took the dead? He was dead. She took him to the bank, and she's holding his hand, and he's like this. That's crazy.
Enough about Joe Biden.
The new Joe Biden's 6'8". Did you know that? He can dunk. The new Joe Biden can dunk.
He's huge. He's got heels on. Yeah.
If you can make them believe absurdities, you can make them commit atrocities.
Dun, dun, dun.
And now we believe Joe Biden is 6'8". All right.
And we also believe that we can win Best Podcast with your help. We're lobbying for your votes.
Vote.cltampa.com.
We're forming a super PAC as we speak, which will then lobby everybody in the community to vote for us.
And don't forget to vote for Cluster for the best morning show, best morning TV show in Tampa Bay. I should just retire right now. I mean, I've made it. I made the finalists of the best TV show in Tampa Bay, my
That-
hometown.
It might be the best thing ever. Like, that's the best rib. Like, I thought the best podcast would be the good rib. The best rib is if you guys won best morning TV show. That's
the better rib. The best rib is if we both win.
Yes.
And we fucking.
there's
and then we get an entourage to go to that awards ceremony.
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
Yeah. Get Trace in a suit.
But we're going to Mr. Man for sure.
We should call Trace live and let him know that he's a part of the final.
Oh, we should. We'll do that on the VIP.
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah.
If I
That'd
can
be
figure
fun.
out how to make a phone call.
Well, speakerphone. We'll just put it on speaker.
There we go. All right. Thanks for tuning in to The Hang. We had a good time. Hope you guys did too. And what's today? I don't even know what.
Today is Wednesday.
Oh, cluster up tomorrow at 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. And then next week, we will not be here on Wednesday. We'll be doing a special edition 1 year anniversary of The Hang on a Friday night.
Friday night.
Get loose.
Friday night hang next week.
Taking an Uber.
Hot damn. Don't forget to vote. Vote.cltampa.com. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Have a great day. See you tomorrow morning for Cluster Uff. Can't even say the name of my own. How am I nominated? I can't even say the name of my own show.
The best TV show. That's all I know.
Fucking TV show in Tampa Bay.